Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
Marc Marquez put in an impressive performance in the 2025 French MotoGP race that took place in changeable weather conditions at the Le Mans circuit. He managed to finish in second place, just behind Johann Zarco, who made history as the first French rider to win on home soil in 71 years. In his post-race interview, Marquez revealed that the only small mistake he made was during the double long lap penalty. He almost collided with Fermin Aldeguer at turn 8 because he wasn't sure whether to serve the penalty at the time. Nonetheless, Marquez was satisfied with the outcome of the race, especially as he managed to increase his points lead to 22 points after his rivals, Francesco Bagnaia and Alex Marquez, crashed and failed to finish. He also noted that the experience from the mistakes at the previous Spanish GP helped him avoid similar mistakes at Le Mans. The Le Mans race was characterized by unpredictable weather conditions, with rain falling before the start and causing many riders to make bike changes. Zarco, who started from 17th position, performed superbly with the right strategy and managed to take the victory by almost 20 seconds from Marquez. Fermin Aldeguer completed the podium in third position, showing his potential in the Premier class. On the other hand, Marc Marquez said the only small mistake he made during a chaotic French MotoGP race from start to finish was when he served a double long lap penalty. Marquez finished second in Sunday's rain-soaked Grand Prix to extend his points lead to 22 after crashes for rivals Francesco Bagnaia and Alex Marquez. Marc Marquez is sure to crash at Le Mans if he wins at Jerez. Marc, along with a number of other riders, came in to swap to the dry bike at the end of the warm-up lap after the initial start was cancelled because everyone initially came in on wet rubber. Under the new rules following the COTA chaos sparked by Marc Marquez, those who entered on the warm-up lap were sentenced to a double-length lap penalty for the French GP. Marquez did so, but admitted that he made a mistake on his second long lap on lap 6 as he did not intend to do so at that stage, but almost collided with Fermin Aldeguer on his entry at turn 8. That double long lap was the only small mistake I made, he told MotoGP's After the Flag. Because I tried to follow Alex at that moment to do the long lap in the same way, because like this I had someone in front because usually the one who is in the lead, if he arrives in some wet corners, he is the one who makes the mistake. But I almost hit Fermin and I wasn't sure if I did a long lap. So, I just stayed home and that was the only small mistake. But the rest went according to my plan. And scoring 20+ points yesterday, I can say it was a good weekend. Marquez, who won Saturday's sprint race, noted afterward that his crash in the Spanish GP helped him avoid similar mistakes in the middle distance race at Le Mans. He re-emphasized that point after a chaotic Grand Prix on Sunday. Yeah, I said to the TV, maybe today without the mistake in Jerez, maybe there was another mistake here, he added. I kept myself under control, trying to score as many points as possible. I'm not exaggerating, but I mainly tried to be fully focused throughout the race because the first 5-6 laps were crazy. And it's very demanding on the mental side to understand what you need to do. But also when it rained during the race, the track changed very quickly. Less water, more water, less water, and the grip changed a lot. It's difficult to adapt the riding style to the conditions. Zarco, faster than us. After the riders who switched to dry bikes returned to wet bikes, and all the long lap penalties were applied, Johann Zarco, who started on a wet bike, took the lead on lap 8. Marc Marquez was around 8 seconds behind at this stage, but he saw that he could not catch the race winner and chose not to pursue him. In the end, Zarco crossed the finish line around 20 seconds ahead of Marquez. Today he was faster than us, he said. I went out and said, okay, let's see if he burns the tires because normally when you do 3, 4 laps in dry conditions on a wet track sometimes you damage the tires and you can't go fast on a wet track. But I went 2 laps and I saw that I was only half a second or 3/10, or even 0, faster than him. I said 8 seconds was too much, so I just tried to keep the gap between me and Alex. Marc Marquez proved once again that he is still one of the most formidable and talented riders in MotoGP. Defending the Ducati Lenovo team, Marquez performed superbly in a drama-filled race at the Le Mans circuit on Sunday night local time. Despite being plagued by bad weather and heavy rain that made the track slippery and unpredictable, the Spaniard was able to overcome all challenges and finish in second place. The race took place in tricky conditions. From the start, dark clouds hung over the circuit, indicating the potential for heavy rain. Sure enough, after a few laps, the rain began to fall with high intensity and forced the riders to think quickly in making strategic decisions, including changing bikes with a wet setup, flag to flag. Marc Marquez was one of the riders who had to make a bike change in the middle of the race. The transition wasn't easy, as every second counts on the track. But with his composure and experience, Marquez was able to return to the track with a fast and consistent rhythm. Interestingly, the Ducati is known for its weaknesses on wet tracks, especially in terms of traction and corner stability. But Marquez managed to make up for these shortcomings with an aggressive yet careful riding style. He kept the pressure on his rivals, even taking the lead for a few laps, before finally securing second place at the finish line. "I'm very happy with this result," Marquez said after the race. "The conditions were very difficult, the weather was unpredictable, and we had to adapt quickly. The Ducati is not the most comfortable bike on wet tracks, but I tried to focus, stay calm, and make the right decisions." This result further confirmed Marquez's quick adaptation to his new team, Ducati Lenovo, after years at Repsol Honda. He showed that although he is still in the process of familiarizing himself with the characteristics of the Ducati bike, his ability as a top-flight rider has never waned. With the additional points from his second-place finish, Marquez has moved up the standings and into the title race this season. His performance at Le Mans is not only a testament to his ability to control the bike in all conditions, but also a sign that Ducati has high hopes for Marquez in this long season. On the other hand, weather unfriendly, drama unavoidable. The race started in relatively dry conditions, although overcast clouds were already hanging over the circuit. The riders started with slick tires, but the rain suddenly came down heavily in the middle of the race. The rain forced most riders, including Marquez, into the pits to change to wet tires and a special setting for slippery tracks. This situation drastically changed the competitive landscape. Many riders struggled to find their rhythm after the change, with some even slipping off the track. But Marquez, with his incredible experience and racing instincts, was able to maintain a consistent performance, despite having to deal with aquaplaning and lack of grip in some sectors of the circuit. Ducati and the Wet Track Challenge. Technically, Ducati bikes are often criticized for being less competitive in rainy conditions. A very powerful engine, combined with a stiff chassis and typical weight distribution, makes the bike more difficult to control when the track loses traction. But Marquez managed to close that gap with a calculated approach. He didn't push himself in the slippery wet sectors, and instead optimized the Ducati's advantage in the braking and acceleration areas. "I know these are not ideal conditions for us, and the Ducati is not the most comfortable bike to ride in the rain. But I tried to stay calm, read the track conditions carefully, and keep the pace at the right moment," Marquez told the media after the race. Strategy and mental steel. One of the key moments in the race was when Marquez decided to pit a little earlier than his rivals. This strategy proved to be the right one, as he was able to steal time while the other riders were still on dry tires on a track that had started to get wet. After returning to the track on the second bike, Marquez kept a consistent rhythm and slowly overtook his rivals one by one. The winning mentality was on display once again. While many riders seemed frustrated with the changing conditions, Marquez remained focused and showed great determination. He even kept a tight grip on the race leader and opened up opportunities to take the win, before eventually securing second place convincingly. Quick adaptation with Ducati. This is Marquez's first season with the factory Ducati team after almost a decade of strengthening Repsol Honda. This move was doubted by many, especially because the character of the Ducati bike is much different from Honda's RC213V. But so far, Marquez has shown an impressive adaptation process. The race at Le Mans is proof that the 31-year-old rider is starting to really integrate with the Desmosedici. He is not only fast on a dry track, but can also control the bike in extreme situations such as heavy rain, flag to flag, and sudden strategy changes. I feel more and more comfortable with this bike every week. The team is working very well, and I'm starting to understand how to extract the maximum potential from the Ducati, even in very difficult conditions like today, he added. Climbing the standings, ready to compete for the title. With this podium achievement, Marquez again collected valuable points which brought him up in the MotoGP 2025 standings. Although he still has to catch up with the main competitors, his stable performance in the last few series has put him back on the radar of world champion candidates. More than that, Marquez's presence at Ducati is now a real threat to the dominance of other riders, including his own teammates. His resilience in overcoming all situations, plus his experience and unyielding spirit, make Marquez a figure that is difficult to ignore in every series going forward.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top?